Hey, welcome back everyone. It's Dan. We're here. We're about to jump right back into Java. Let's get this day on the road. And if you've been keeping up to date, you should be subscribed to PewDiePie. Alright, all jokes aside, this is the third episode. We're moving on to methods here. It's going to be great. I'm going to teach you some awesome stuff. But without further ado, let's go into the coding solution. Now, I left you guys on a little cliffhanger here. I'm not going to take as much time as I did on the other one, as that was very, very long. I did 5 minutes there. So I'm going to try and condense it a lot shorter, get the solution out to you. So without further ado, let's start it off here. I'm going to do this repetition here. Alright, so we need to make a public class. We're going to call this one method fun, right? We want some fun with methods. Alright, so open up the braces. If you guys are not a pro at this, let's become a pro together. Public static void main, right? You guys got that down? Bet you do. Alrighty. So you guys should be looking like me. We're looking good, right? We have it all typed out. Hopefully it is not too loud with my clicking of the keyboard here. Alright, so let's see. Let's move on here. So I told you guys to make an integer, and I told you guys to make a double, right? So we made int x equals 3 divided by 2, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I asked for it. And then I said make a double, right? Double y equals 3 divided by 2. So we have the two different values here, and then I said print them out in separate lines, right? I think that's what I said. Alright, so you print them out on separate lines here. And we wanted x and we wanted y. And we're going to save this into our Java folder, which is what we want to do. Cool jazz, cool beans. Let's see what happens when we run it. We got a 1 and a 1.0. That's weird. You see how there's a 0.0 on the double? It's a little bit different and it holds that characteristic. Now let me show you something even crazier. Let's try 3 divided by 2, right? But what if we do 3.0? Let me show you something crazy. So we have 3 divided by 2 and 3.0 divided by 2. Compile it and run it. Now we have 1 and 1.5. What? I know, right? Weird. Strange math here. So 3.0 divided by 2, it gives us 1.5 versus the 1. Now if you write this into, right now, if we were to write into a mixed number, we'd have 1 and 1/2, right? That's what we'd have written, 1 and 1/2. So that is 1.5, but since it's an integer, it just chops off everything from the decimal point and over. So 1.5, oh, you want an integer? So it's just going to chop off everything past it, right? It chops off all that. But the double, it takes it. Even though it's 1.5, it keeps the 0.5. As long as you're doing a double divided by an integer, or double divided by double, or an int divided by double, you need, if it's integer divided by integer, it's just going to return it as a whole number. So that's just the little bit I'd like to show. Alright, so moving on now. So now we are talking about methods. What exactly is a method, you might be wondering? It's something weird, right? So let's go over what the fun stuff is. So a method is a block of code that only runs when it is called. That's what is cool about it. So let me show you what it looks like to write a method, right? So first thing I'd like for you to do is press new over here, and we're gonna get a new Java file. Okay, we're gonna keep the old one. Don't delete it. So do public class, and we're gonna call this method library. Okay. So open up that just like this. So now we want to make something called a static method. So you want to type in this public static void. Now before you finish that off, just stop right there. We're going to give it a name, right? Let's call it execute. And then you want to give it 2 parentheses. And then don't forget about the braces. So perfect. So now we have this, and we want to, let's add some code into here, right? System.out.print line, and let's make it say executing. Awesome. So now we're going to compile that and save it into our Java file. Awesome. Now we have a method library that has this static method. Now methods can be stored into other classes just like this for ease of organization of our code. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to go back over to method fun, our main one, and we're just going to type in this. So the syntax, what we want to do is we want class name dot method name with parentheses and a semicolon. So our class name was method library dot, the method name was execute, and then give it the 2 parentheses. So now if I were to compile this, it runs, compiles completed, and what do you guys think it's going to print? That's right, guys. It is going to print executing. So I'm going to stop really quick and go over what just happened here. So we created a Java file called method fun, just like everything we've always been doing, but we have this new little line here. So we're referencing the method library, calling the execute method. So if I were to go over here to our method library, what exactly is different about this? First thing you're noticing, you're probably missing that public static void main line, and we're substituting it in with this other public static void execute command. So static methods allow you to write different, they give you different commands you can use in Java, correct? So it's giving you a way of condensing code. Now if I were to make it something, a long list, here I'm gonna go type out a list really quick, okay? I'll be right back. So we have exercise routine here. First thing we do, we're trying to get that, hit that abs, we're trying to get that six-pack that we've all been desiring. So we have mountain climbers, we're gonna do 10 of those guys. We're gonna do a little bit of sit-ups, do some planks for 30 seconds, and run through this again, right? We're gonna do mountain climbers again, sit-ups again, planks, and then we're gonna rest. That should get you a six-pack. Write it down, try it out, guys, let me know. All right, so let's see here. So what do you see here? I see that we have mountain climbers, sit-ups, and planks, and we're doing that again, right? So if we were to print this out, we could definitely do this, right? System.out.print. All right, so this is definitely a way we could do it, right? If we wanted to print out the entire idea of this, we could compile this code and we could run it, and it gives us the entire thing we wanted, right? Mountain climbers, sit-ups, planks, mountain climbers, sit-ups, planks, and then we're gonna rest. That does work. We got it all solved. But what if you wanted to make it a lot quicker? What if we wanted this code to run faster, but also easier to read? What if I had 100 different exercises? Did I want to have to type out all of them by hand, copy, paste, copy, paste? Well, here's a faster way of doing it. And it's going to be a lot easier to read. So we're going to go over to the method library, right? So first, we're going to go over here. Let's make a new method, right? So we're going to call it public static void. Let's call it exercise. It only makes sense, right? And then in here, we're going to bring over the mountain climber sit-ups planks. We're going to copy just one of the segments of it and paste it back into here. So now it says mountain climber sit-ups planks, right? So now if we replace one of these with method library dot exercise, I'll leave the other one in here really quick too, just to show you. If you compile it and run it, it does the same thing, right? It has the same outcome. So now we can ultimately bring it down all the way. So if I were to copy this exercise, you can paste it in here. Now we're looking pretty good. And if I wanted to give a little bit of lee room here, I can use that new escape character here and make a new line automatically. So now if I run it, you can see that we have mountain climber sit-ups planks, mountain climber sit-ups planks, and then we're going to rest. So we just condensed all of that code, all 7 of those lines, into just 3 small lines. And we can actually even make it even smaller by putting these 2 methods into another method and having 1 line, or all of these into 1 method, you know? So there's just ways of doing extra things. However, this is how I recommend doing it. Now, if you guys have any questions, make sure you put it down in the comment section below. This is just a little bit of how methods work. There is another way of writing methods. I'm not going to get into that yet. I know some of you guys probably already know what that is, but this is going to be the way I'm going to teach you guys. First, to start off with just referencing it from another Java file, putting your methods all in here, and being able to call those commands over here. So I have a little challenge for you guys, and let's see if you can knock this one out. This one might be a little tricky. I'm going to copy this here, and we'll see who can get this one done. Bring it in the next episode. Let's just see if we can do it. All right, so I'm going to paste it. All right, so here is the challenge. You guys are to recreate this picture below, and you're going to use some methods here. I don't know if you guys can see it already, but there's already repetition that I see right here or inside the stem. So you guys can create this different type of method and be able to construct this. You can use as many lines as you want for this. Now, it doesn't have to be all into one method that constructs this. You can call a couple different methods like up here, or you can create 7 methods, 1 method, 2 methods. However you guys want to do it, let's just see how you can do it. I'll bring the solution to the next video. Now, it might look a little different than you guys, but as long as it gets the same result with the fewest amount of lines, you're doing pretty awesome. All right, so nonetheless, this is Dan from Discover Technology signing out. Hope you guys have a good one.